fight. We don't have to kill. Everybody in the whole wide world really just needs to chill. No, we don't have to fuss, no, we don't have to fight.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Just Chill with Oliver George. This is episode number 47, and it is a very short but sweet episode of Just Chill. I will tell you more about that in just a second, but before I do, if you are watching on YouTube right now and you would prefer audio only, you can get that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other places like that. However, if you're listening to me right now and you didn't know there was a visual side to this thing, then I encourage you to please come check it out on YouTube. However you choose to enjoy the episode, though, if you could subscribe, like, follow, share, I would really appreciate it. It helps me keep growing the show and reaching more people like you. So if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. Finally, if you want to contact me, maybe you've got a cool guest idea or some general feedback about the show, you can hit me up at justchillpodcasting@gmail.com. Now, as I said, a very, very special episode. I had the chance to sit down and talk to the guys from Big Trick Energy. That's Alex Boyer, Chris Ramsay, Eric Leclerc, and Wes Barker, four amazing magicians who also happen to be best friends, and they've got a new show, Big Trick Energy, coming out on truTV on April 22nd. So that's partially the reason this episode was so short, is they were doing a press junket style thing. So I was only able to get 10 minutes with them, but I'll be damned if I wasn't going to take it, because I am very excited to see this show, and they turned out to be the nicest guys. I already knew that about Eric, because he was on my show back in January, but so cool to meet all four of them and see that energy and that chemistry they have together. So I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But before we get to the interview, I actually have a trailer that the people from truTV sent over to me that I'm able to incorporate in this episode. So let's watch the trailer, and after that, we'll go right into the interview. Thanks.
Think of one playing card.
8 of clubs.
From your mind, inside this basketball. Look on the backboard.
My name is Chris Ramsay, and these are my best friends.
Here we go.
We're four magicians who love using our skills to mess with people.
What do you think of that, Simon?
It's pretty shitty, man.
Especially each other.
Hey, how much time, Alex? Go, 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 go! Yeah!
Holy shit! What? How did you get up there?
This is the Straight Jacket Escape Challenge. It's a beer tap.
Dude, how did that happen?
My powers are growing.
Wow!
Shut the door!
Big Trick Energy, a new series, premieres April 22nd on truTV.
First off, I want to thank you guys, all of you, Alex, Chris, Eric, Wes, all you guys for sharing your time with me right now, because I am beyond stoked to see the premiere. I think this show is set to take the world by storm, so thanks for that. But I know I don't have you guys for long, so we'll get right into it. It seems very clear from the trailers and your social media accounts that you guys really are true friends. The genuine camaraderie really shines through in everything that I've seen. So I want to know, I'm curious, out of the group, which two of you have known each other the longest?
Probably me and Eric.
Yeah,
for
Alex
sure.
and I, we met
a long time ago.
2000 and 2005.
Eric was kind of my mentor in magic and in business, and he showed me so many cool stuff. And he
I put the man in mentor.
Yeah, exactly.
Mentor. Yeah, we worked for a long time. We grew up in magic together, same magic store, same city, same interests.
Yeah,
and,
Eric kind of took him under his wing.
Yeah.
And this is what happened.
Hey!
Alex is.
I did my best, man.
Alex has been failing upwards ever since.
And how did the rest of you guys come into the fold?
I think I met this guy just before I met Wes too. I think back like 6 or 7 years ago at a magic convention, and I've known Eric a little bit before then. And because the magic scene is so tight, like we've known of each other, but we really started becoming great friends, I think about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Chris and I met on a random TV show. That's how we met.
Oh, that's right. We were on Wizard Wars.
It's like a one season thing way back.
Yeah.
And we just fell in love.
We were competing against each other almost.
Yeah, almost.
That's awesome. And now you guys are set to be the Beatles of magic.
I like that. Yeah.
So obviously the pandemic has been drastically altering the way that the world operates, and the film and television industry has had to adapt quite quickly. But you guys are in a unique situation in that you're actively interacting with the unsuspecting public. So I want to know, how did you navigate the complexities of not only performing but shooting close-up magic in today's current COVID climate?
Yeah, it is definitely tricky, especially like for locations and that type of thing, because you have to get all sorts of new permits. And, obviously we had to adhere to all the protocol on set, which is a lot, and it was new for everybody. So it was definitely challenging to make everything as normal as possible during these circumstances. But I think we did a good job of that. And I think just even the way that it'll turn out feels like normalcy. And I think on camera, like obviously everybody that we got on camera, we made sure everyone was completely safe, that everybody involved was safe. So that was that extra step that we had to take.
We actually had COVID officers on set who were on it. They were,
and they did a great job. I mean, we were there almost 3 months.
Yeah.
No cases whatsoever, with a 30 crew, team, and
we got tested 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
I was going to say, how many nasal swabs did you do?
At least 30.
34, but
It's got to be raw in there. Right on. Well, I'm hoping this question will appeal to you because we all seem to be around the same age. So growing up as kids in the 80s and the 90s, I want to know, as a group of 4, which Ninja Turtle you think you would each be, given your dynamic as a quartet? Just for a reminder, the honor-bound optimist, the brash rebel, the introspective thinker, and the lovable jokester.
Who has the best hair?
They're all bald.
I'm pretty sure that none of them have hair.
Yeah.
Splinter.
You're Master Splinter.
I would think, I'd say myself be Donatello.
I know you'd say that.
I'd be the more heady, sort of in my head type. I think, Michelangelo would probably be Wes.
Right.
Leonardo would be this guy, and then I think Raphael would be.
Which one's Raphael?
The one with the sai, the little forks there. He's
kind of the bad boy.
He's a hothead.
He's the red guy.
He's a red one, exactly.
Yeah, he rushes in there without thinking sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's him for sure.
I want to know if you guys could have a guest appear on your show, who would sort of be the dream guest for each of you to have on Big Trick Energy?
We talked about it a lot of times, and we all have
who's yours?
For sure, Tommy Lee for me. Okay, sounds good.
We actually had a gag planned for the show where we would invite Tommy Lee on the show, but make sure Alex wasn't around, and then we would call Alex on FaceTime as we're partying with Tommy Lee. And
but now he knows, so he can't do it.
Yeah,
awesome.
I was thinking you were talking about Tommy Lee Jones.
That's what we said. That would be even funnier to have him meet Tommy Lee Jones and be like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
But
I'm a Ryan Reynolds guy all day. That's what I.
Oh, nice.
For me,
Ryan Reynolds.
Really? Yeah. You just
or he could appear as Deadpool. That'd be pretty rad.
Second best looking guy in Vancouver.
That's what I'm saying.
Mine would be Oliver George.
Okay. I don't know who mine would be. I think Ryan Reynolds is a great choice, but
what about that alien guy?
What alien?
Remember your guy you like the picture?
Oh, Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be a good actor.
You're always talking about Celine Dion.
Why not?
Now, I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but if you were to have some in the future, would you plan on teaching them the things you know about magic and showing them the trade?
No,
I'm never having kids.
I love other people.
Never say never, man.
Honestly, I think that if people don't teach magic, then magic dies, right? So you got to keep it up. That's why in this show particularly, we love lifting the veil to a certain extent. We do it tastefully, and we do it because a lot of the things we do in the show are original, like 99% of the things we've come up with. So revealing tidbits and here and there, I think it's important for the new generation to understand, even if those of you who aren't magicians, I think it's even more important for those people to understand some methodry to fully appreciate the art. So I definitely think give anyone as much information as you can.
Yeah, well, it helps pique curiosity in future magicians, as well as, just respect for the craft, like you were saying.
Yeah, and I'm pretty confident that we can fool you, even though we tell you how we did it.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, well, I want to know also if there was any trick or prank that you guys had hoped to film, but for whatever reason, it didn't make it into the series.
Tons.
Yeah.
Tons? Okay.
We got to watch what we say here.
Oh, right.
Because there might be season 2.
True. Let's hope.
We gotta pick and
COVID,
choose
like,
here.
coming back to the lockdown and the pandemic, that put a lot of interesting stops on stuff we wanted to do but couldn't.
Yeah, especially with big crowds. So things involving concerts, flash mobs, like anything with a lot of crowds. I mean, there was one thing we wanted to do at a bingo hall, but obviously with the elderly, it was even touchier during this time.
I got a good one. So on the show, we each have there's arcs on the show where they kind of spotlight one of the different magicians, and Alex has always wanted to be a rock star. So we couldn't do Alex's rock star arc because it would need a crowd. You can't be a rock star without a crowd in front of you. So I guess that's an example. But
there's definitely there's some really crazy bucket list stuff that we have done on the show, and there's some more that we want to do. We just can't say them right now because I feel like if this gets picked up for season 2, that's straight where we're going.
When?
I mean, I'll say hot air balloon. I'll just say that word.
Oh, there you go. Just say that.
True. And that'll show up one day. You'll be like, that's what he's talking about.
Right on. And Eric, what was it like to watch your car being destroyed? I saw a clip of it in the trailer, and I remember you sort of mentioning that.
I had no idea. And when you watch these shows, especially magic shows, you're sitting at home, you're like, oh, this was fixed. He was in on it. How could he possibly not know? I had zero idea I knew something was up because they were keeping me away from something, but I didn't know they flew my car down.
That's insane.
And that's the general thing here when filming this show is that we're constantly having secret meetings with production individually, right? So we're using code words on set. We're trying not to tip off some things. Sometimes we do, but now that he has that information, we use it against him. So it's this constant web of lies and treason going on in the background.
You'd even have like a PA or somebody from the crew walk in holding something, be like, "Here, Wes, here's the thing you need." And you're like, "No!" And you like grab it, like throwing it, and like they can't see this. Yeah,
I remember.
Everyone's so confused.
I remember once where we were just chilling in my apartment one day, and Wes was looking for a magic trick. He's like, "Eric, do you have a deck of cards?" I'm like, "Yeah." Look in my case, and he opened the case.
Oh yeah,
and he saw. We didn't even reveal that, but he saw a prank that I stole from his house months before, and I went through lengths to hide it, and he saw it, and that ruined it. But
so it's been a challenge, especially for magicians who are pretty clever at figuring things out
and hiding things
and being so close the way we are, because we'll one night have some beers and let something slip.
Yep.
And then we're like, oh no, we got to give up the gate.
I just did it right now. I just did it right now with Tommy Lee.
Sometimes we didn't have even a call sheet because the prank was written on
That's
it.
Right.
So we're just waiting.
Oh wow.
You're like, hey, what are we doing?
It's
today? Especially me. You'll send the show, But it was pretty crazy.
Good call.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to ask. Is it seemed like it would be sort of like a Jackass vibe where you got to watch out someone's not going to shave the back of your head.
Okay.
So when was the show conceived? The idea to put pranks and comedy and magic together. How did that all come together?
So January 2020, we all 4 of us were dedicated to actually starting a YouTube channel with the 4 of us, and we were coming up with some great ideas on paper. We actually filmed 2 full-length videos that we never posted. And I was already talking to our production company about an upcoming TV show as a different project. But then this just kind of fell in my lap, and I was like, oh, wait, this is it. This is the show. Ended up pitching that to the production company. They loved it. Wes and I then flew around to different networks, did our pitching, and thankfully, truTV believed in us. And so that came about January 2020, and a year later, we're in Vancouver filming it.
Amazing.
In 1 week. 1.5, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's premiering.
April 22nd.
Crazy. I'm so excited.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I won't keep you guys. I know you guys got a busy day, but I appreciate your time so much and really do thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Man.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you in Ottawa when this
Take it easy. All the best, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Thank you.